Hi kids, welcome to Roma's Voice Library. It's a bright summer day today and I am all geared up to reading out fairy tales for you from this fat book, The World's Best Fairy Tales. And I'm so glad I can share this with you. The story that I'm reading today is called The Hedgehog and the Rabbit. So, do you know what a hedgehog is? He's like this tiny animal, it's a mammal, and he has spikes on his skin. So if you try to attack him, he's going to turn into a ball of spikes and attack you back. So let's just stay away from the hedgehogs for now, right? And of course, you know what a rabbit is, a furry little animal with two big ears who hops around, and it's kind of cute, right? So let's see what's happening between this hedgehog and the rabbit, shall we? This is a lying story, my children, but it's true just the same. For my grandfather, who told it to me, used to say, "It must be true, my child, or else how could one tell after all?" But this is the way the story goes. It happened on the Buxthuddle Heath on a Sunday morning at harvest time, just as the buckwheat was coming into flower. The sun was climbing up into the heavens, a breeze blew gently over the stubble, larks trilled in the sky, bees buzzed in the buckwheat, and everybody was going to church in their Sunday best. In short, all creatures, great and small, were contented, and the hedgehog was too. Well, we don't have Barry joining us, but we have a couple of birds and they're chirping behind me if you can hear them. This hedgehog was standing in his doorway with his arms crossed over his chest, pointing his nose to the wind and singing a little tune. That is, as good or bad a tune as a hedgehog might be expected to sing on a lovely Sunday morning. While he was humming contentedly to himself in his charming fashion, a thought came into his head. While my wife is busy washing and brushing the little ones, he thought, I might as well go for a Sunday stroll and take a look at my turnip patch. The turnip patch was in the field next to his house and belonged to a farmer. But because the hedgehog and his family had fallen into the habit of eating there, they had come to think of it as their own. What kind of Sunday activities do you guys do? Do you watch a lot of cartoons? Do you help your parents out? Do you try your hand at cooking something? Well, let me know about it. Well, no sooner said than done. The hedgehog closed the door after him and sauntered down the road. But just as he reached the blackthorn bush which grew beside the turnip patch, he met a rabbit who was out on the same business. That is to say, he had come to see how his garden, the cabbage patch, was getting along on this fine day. Wow, looks like both animals are trying to find a nice Sunday meal for themselves, right? Bowing and smiling, the hedgehog wished the rabbit a pleasant good morning. But the rabbit, who was a grand gentleman in his own community and most haughty about it too, this rabbit did not return the hedgehog's neighborly greeting. What a mean little rabbit, right? Instead, he said with a mocking air, and how do you happen to be running around in this field so early on a Sunday morning? It's such a fine Sunday, said the hedgehog. I'm just out for a little stroll. A stroll, jeered the rabbit. I should think you could put your legs to better use than that. This remark wounded the hedgehog beyond words, for he was very sensitive about his legs, which were short and somewhat crooked. So now he bristled up and cried in a fury, "Oh yes, you must think that your legs are better than mine." "That's exactly what I think," replied the rabbit calmly. "Yes, that's what you think," cried the hedgehog. "But I'll wager that if we ran a race, I'd win it." "That's a joke," cried the rabbit. "You with your stumpy little legs. However, if you are so bent on making a fool of yourself, I'll take you on. What shall be the prize for the winner? A golden coin and a bottle of brandy, said the hedgehog. Agreed, cried the rabbit. Get in line and let's start. Oh, no hurry about it, said the hedgehog carelessly. I haven't even had breakfast yet. You get the prizes, I'll be right back here on the same spot in half an hour. With that, they parted, for the rabbit was satisfied with his plan. What is the hedgehog going to do? Does he really want to eat breakfast, or is he planning something in order to win the race? Let's see. On the way home, the hedgehog was busy with his thoughts. That rabbit will depend upon his long, fleet legs, he thought. My legs are, well, they're neither long nor fleet, but I'll beat him to it all the same. He may be a grand gentleman, yes, but he's an old muddle noodle, and as for me, I'm not as stupid as I may look. Upon reaching home, the hedgehog said to his wife, Come, hurry and get yourself ready. I need you out in the field. What's going on then? Asked his wife. Oh, nothing much. I told the rabbit I would run a race with him, and I'd like to have you around while it's going on. My heavens, man, cried his wife. Are you out of your head? How could you ever hope to win a race against a rabbit? No words, wife, cried the hedgehog sternly. That's my business. Don't poke your nose into men's affairs. March along now. Are you ready? What could the wife do? She had to obey whether she wanted to or not. And as they waddled along side by side, the hedgehog said to her, Now, listen well to what I'm telling you. In this big field is where we run our race, the rabbit and I. See these long deep furrows? Yes, said his wife, but... Silence, cried the husband, and then continued. The rabbit, of course, will run in one furrow, and I in the next. And we'll start over there at the upper end of the field. Now, all you have to do is to sit at the lower end of my furrow. Understand? Don't move from that place. Just sit there quietly, and when you hear the rabbit coming along, just pop your head and say, Here I am already. So that's the way it was done. The hedgehog left his wife hiding in the lower end of his furrow, had a final meeting with the rabbit, and 1, 2, 3, off they went like a whirlwind down the field. That is, the rabbit did. The hedgehog only ran a few steps, then ducked down in his furrow and crouched there, out of sight and as quiet as a mouse. The rabbit ran for his life, his ears flapping in the wind. He thought he was doing remarkably well, but when he neared the lower end of the field, someone cried, Here I am already. The rabbit couldn't believe his ears, and when he looked over into the next furrow, he could hardly believe his eyes either. What he saw, of course, was the hedgehog's wife, but since she looked exactly like her husband, the rabbit couldn't tell the difference between them. Well, it's the hedgehog all right, he thought, just the same. I don't like the looks of the whole thing. Then, still panting for breath, he cried, Another race, the other way round. And off he went, so fast that it was a wonder his ears stayed on his head. The hedgehog's wife didn't move. She still stayed quietly in the lower end of the furrow. In a twinkling and a half, the rabbit had returned to the upper end of the furrow. Yet there sat the hedgehog calling, Here I am already. The rabbit, now almost out of his head with fury, cried out wildly, Another race, the other way around again. As often as you wish, for all I care, said the hedgehog. Back and forth went the rabbit, forth and back. then back and forth again. But always, when he reached the end of the furrow, it was the same old story. There sat the hedgehog calling, "Yoo-hoo! Here I am already." 73 times he tried, this racing rabbit, but at the 74th try, he had to give up. His legs folded up under him, his ears flopped sideways over his head, and then, when his breath's coming in weary gaps, he sank down in his furrow and lay there with closed eyes. The hedgehog picked up the prizes and called his wife out of the furrow, saying, "The race is over, and as you see, I won it." Then they both went home together in great delight, and if they're not dead, for all I know, they're living there still. Yes, that is the way the story goes, my children, and it must be true. Or how could it be that ever since that time, no rabbit in the Buxtehude Heath has dared to pass a remark about the hedgehog's legs? Yes? No? Well, what do you think about it? So what do you think about it? I mean, the hedgehog did cheat, and cheating's not the fair way to win a game. But then, of course, the rabbit was a little haughty, snooty. What do you think about it? Whatever happens, no cheating. That's what I think.